Okay, so we're starting this masterclass officially, how to build a six-figure automated business, right? So who would want to have a six-figure automated business? Drop a little hand emoji or me in the comments or the chat box. This is going to be interactive, so I'm going to be asking you guys some questions. You can ask us questions at the end, of course, because we're here to help you. We're here to serve you and help you crush it in your business. So my name is Kristen Samaniego. I am the creator of More to Motherhood, and Sarah is the founder of Balanced Brilliance, and we're super excited to have you guys on tonight to share these tips with you guys. We're just going to give you all the things that we have used to help build our six-figure business tonight. So I wanted to share this with you because we know our time is precious and this will save you time. Like, how many of you would want to have your business run on automation and not have your business run you and have you feeling burnt out, right? I think we've all felt that a time or two in network marketing where we're feeling like we're running uphill and the hill has ice on it, like we're not going anywhere. So I just want to preface this course, obviously, I have to say this, that we cannot make any lifestyle or income claims and we cannot make any guarantees. However, these are our personal tips that we have incorporated into our business, and it has truly changed the face of our business and our lives, actually, because now we have more time and it's really helped shape our business. So we just want to share these tips with you. Maybe you have some and not others, but I hope that this is going to give you some value tonight. Obviously, we still have to be consistent with our DMO, income producing activities, which this system will help you open up more time for those income producing activities. These tools that we're going to share with you tonight. So obviously, we hope that you can adapt and implement them and use them with your company. So with that being said, I'm just going to share with you all 100% honest. I'm just going to be real with you guys. I did not always have success in network marketing. I didn't. I said it, okay? Because I've been in network marketing for over 5 years now, probably close to 5.5 years. And for the first 4.5 years, for the first 4.5 years, I was trying to do a business like kind of an old school way where I was reaching out to everyone individually. I was super spammy pammy and I was just posting everything on my page and I was like, why is anyone buying? Like, this stuff is awesome. Like, I thought it would be so easy. And so I was making a couple $100 a month. At one point I got close to hitting the comma check mark in a month with one company that I was with, but I never quite made it. And so I was feeling frustrated and I was like wondering why, like, I see all these other people doing it. Why can't I? So what kind of shifted for me was I decided that I was either going to do it or I wasn't, right? And so Sarah and I just got back from Ride's Business. And one of the things that I've actually said before to myself, and I've used this in general with life, is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was nuts. I mean, I'm crazy now, but I'm fun crazy. But I was nuts and I was expecting different results, but I wasn't changing anything. And so that's the definition of insanity. So I decided to do something differently if I was going to go for it. So I made the decision. I'm like, these people are doing it. They're crushing it. I'm going to go for it. So I decided to do that, and I decided to do something differently along that way. And these are some of the systems that we implemented. And I started easy. I doubted myself a million times. I wanted to quit before, of course, a couple of times in this past 10-month journey that I've had building the six-figure business, but I didn't. I didn't quit because I had the vision, and we have the tools that we're going to share with you tonight. Network marketing. And so now, obviously, I'm super happy and I'm excited, and I'm just excited to pay it forward and share this with you guys tonight. So I want to ask Sarah to share a little bit of her experience too, and what made you, want to implement more automation in your own business.
Hi guys. So yeah, I have actually been in network marketing for over 5 years now. And I am the person who said I would never, ever, ever do anything like it. I was such a big skeptic of it. I am a nurse anesthetist by trade. I had just gotten done with grad school, graduated with over $160,000 worth of debt, and we wanted to start a family. And we ended up having a very long road with that on the fertility route, paying all out of pocket, tens of thousands of dollars and $160,000 worth of student loan debt. And my husband and I both had amazing jobs. So you think, oh, I did all the things right. I went to grad school, I went to school, you know, I tried to have as little debt as I could. And I got that 6-figure income. My husband got his really, really amazing income too. And I thought we would be set, but we were still struggling. So I figured out network marketing, you could actually make quite a large income with it if you do it right. And you can do it on your own time and work more efficiently. You know, so that always had my wheels turning. I started my first network marketing business. I was able to replace what I made as a ICU nurse, which was amazing. I got out of my student loan debt, paid all $160,000 off, and it helped us with fertility treatments. I have a 3-year-old. And what ended up happening though is I really was starting to look for ways where like Kristen was saying, I kept doing the same things over and over again. We would have these in-person launch events that took up so much time. Then we tried to do it more on Facebook and digitally. Those still took up so much time. I ended up spending more time setting up events and setting all these things up. I was losing my mind and we weren't even getting results. And then for it to duplicate down with my team, they couldn't do it unless I didn't help them. And then I was working, it became a full-time job for me. And I was burnt out, I was exhausted, and I got to a really dark place about, you know, a year or earlier this year where I just felt so stuck. I searched for better marketing, better automation, started investing in myself, and wanted to make myself a better leader for my team so that I could continue to really recruit and give them amazing tools. That's how I met Kristen. And what I thought was so cool is I saw her using the tools that I was learning too, and she had it in a real business and it was working for her clearly because I saw her insane success. She earned a car bonus within 3 weeks. She was building an amazing income. I don't want to make any income claims because we can't, okay? But I was floored and I learned so much from her, and I knew I had to learn exactly how to do it and see if it's duplicatable with me too. And it's been 5 months later and it works, you know, and it's just something that I want to be able to share with everybody and help as many people as we can. It's no big secrets you have. You're going to find out it's actually all very simple. And what I learned is I actually made it way too complicated in the past. So that's my story with that.
Yeah, I want to add too, because you made a good point that I forgot to say was when I was building my business before, I was doing so many in-person events. Yeah. And my upline would come to me and be like, hey, can you do this salad in a jar party? Or can you do this speaking event? We have this doctor coming in, and all these things. And I was like, being taken away from my kids, and then I wasn't making a paycheck, and I had to pay for a babysitter too. So my upline was wondering why I wasn't going, because it wasn't profitable for me to go. And I have 3 kids now. At the time I had 2. So I'm a crazy busy mom, like I'm sure many of you are on here. And you know, you start this business, a lot of us start this business for more time with our family, right? More time with our children. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how many of you are actually doing in-person events and kind of would love to build 100% online. I build 95% online, I'm gonna say, just because I actually enjoy doing an occasional in-person event because I like that human interaction, and it's really just an excuse to hang out with my girls that are local. So but like most of the time I want to build online. So I was doing all of those in-person events and I was spending more than what I was making because it would cost me to pay a babysitter and do all of those things. So that took away from my income, which I needed for my family. So I didn't share this part before. I was not sure if I wanted to, but the whole reason why I started this business was a financial constraint on my family because my son's on the spectrum and we had to give up therapy for him because we couldn't afford to pay for it. So that was like my drive and my why that pushed me into the deciding factor of, am I going to go for this 100% or not? And my answer was yes. And I'm so glad that I did it, even though I was so scared of, you know, failing again or telling my husband again that I was doing something else because he was ready to kill me. So it's been such a blessing for our family. So I'm here to share with you like why automation is so important, and how many of you have automation in your business already, or you think you have something in place. I'm just kind of curious. Let me know in the chat if you feel like you already have something like this in place, or you're like, I have nothing. Like, I need to like save my time. I'm doing all the things and I would love to find ways to, free up a little bit of my time. So just let me know in the chat. The reason why you should care about about automation, really, and automation is kind of like a buzzword right now, right? Why should you care about having automation? Why should you want it? And why do you need it in your business? And so really the truth is that it helps with duplication. If you have systems and automation in place, all your team has to do is plug into it and use it. I mean, it's super simple. So duplication is huge, and I feel like that's the number one reason why this automation has been so game changer for me in this business that I never had with any other business I did, because my team is able to just duplicate it. It's automated. They don't have to do anything. They just push a button and it tells them what to do. I mean, it's amazing. So there's no deviating from that system once they have the system in place. You avoid the repetitive tasks. So for me, it helps keep the excitement too. Obviously, you have more time to do income producing activities because you have the time to actually spend doing the things that you need to do, right? Because otherwise you're spinning your wheels doing all these other things that you could automate, and it saves you time to do the income producing activities, which in turn makes you more income. And the other thing that I wanted to mention about avoiding repetitiveness. So what we've done with our team is we've found a way to avoid repetitive tasks. So for example, when I first started back in the beginning of February when I launched, and sorry guys, I have a cold, so, and I talk a lot. So I wanted to avoid the repetitiveness. For our launch events, I was having to do every single one of my team's launch events in person. It was a live video into a group. And I was like, dang. So maybe some nights I would have 3 or 4 launch events back to back to back to back. What does that do for your excitement? Maybe on the first one, you're like, woo, this stuff's awesome. It's a great launch event. Then the second one, you have to repeat the whole thing over again. And it's like, your excitement's less. And then by the fourth one, you're like, okay, so we have these products and they're super awesome, but you're like over it, right? So for me, when we took note, and this is an important thing for you guys to write down and start to think, what are some tasks that you do in your business over and over and over again that you could automate? So we automated that launch event because we were doing it over and over again. So all someone has to do is click a button, schedule when they want their launch event. The launch event goes through OneStream Live into the group for the launch party, and it's there. It's a click of a button. And it makes it so seamless because our whole team knows how to do it. And it has been crucial to launch people, and I'm sure many of you know this, launching people the right way, fast, when they're on the verge of excitement is key to your business because you need them to be excited to do the launch event, right? So we're gonna get into that a little bit more in a sec. Sarah, I wanted to see if you had anything that you wanted to add about why.
One thing I noticed, especially just as somebody coming into what you already had in place, is making the launch events so more comfortable for them. It's already out of everyone's comfort zone to join a network marketing company. Like for real. Then you tell them, actually, we want you to go on a Facebook Live that you've never done before and shares. And some of them want to do that anyway. Or you're like, hey, I want you to get up in a room full of people that you already invited and that made you super uncomfortable. It's really hard. And I do like to push people outside of their comfort zone, but I have found that so many more people do the work and get into it as they can kind of just comfortably get in. They have somebody who's and we're going to tell you exactly how we do these launch events automated. And it's comfortable. It's more comfortable for them too. Oh, poor thing, you had to mute yourself to cough.
Yes. So it's so key. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why we started to explode after that because we had the automated launch event. I mean, it's just so crucial. And then we also started automating our onboarding system. So this is going to look differently for all of you, but I highly recommend, of course this is a network marketing business, so we are still building relationships with people. We're still there, but you're building the relationships for the things that matter. The teaching aspect, some of that can happen automated, and then you're like, okay, I'm here for you, I'm cheering you on. You can be their cheerleader. You can be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do next. And so it takes the pressure off of you, and it actually makes it more fun. And I feel like it builds a stronger bond with your team when you're not always having to talk business, and you can be that cheerleader for your teammate instead of telling them what to do. Because then you start getting into management mode, and then you're starting to be like the boss. You know, like I'm the boss of this family, you know, like I boss people around all day in my household, but I don't want to boss my team around. I'm there to support them. I'm there to encourage them. They're entrepreneurs. And so when you give them the tools, they're going to run with it. And then you can foster that relationship in a more fun way that's more personable, and it's not all about business all the time. And they feel supported. So we automated our onboarding. So when we have a group for our team, so I recommend 2 things. If you don't have a group where your team has a place to go to access all the information that they need at any given time, I highly suggest that you do that, because otherwise you're like slapping stuff all over the place. And then I highly suggest that you have a team chat in Messenger. And I know many people have this, but you don't use the chat for a bunch of bogging down information. Oh, like this, and this. You keep the chat fun and upbeat, for cheering others on, for welcoming people, for like a quick question, but mainly for like, you know, being each other's cheerleaders. It creates an amazing team culture, and that's right there. And then you have the group where you have the access to all the information. So, oh, you want this? Okay, it's in the units tab. Go to unit 2. You know, you have that organized.
And one thing I like too, Kristen, sorry to interrupt, is keep the announcements for your team welcoming new members off your training page. It bogs all the useful information down, and then no one can find anything, and then everyone's contacting you. The whole point of this automation is for everyone to find information on their own, do things on their own, so it frees up time for you. So your team is constantly moving and growing and duplicating using the systems.
Yes, and simplicity is key. If you make anything too complicated, it's going to overwhelm your team. So we have our chat for simply welcoming people on, announcing like wins, and it's not always the big wins, you guys. It's like, you know, Susie got her first customer. Like, you know, so-and-so did so many reach outs today, or they're just connecting me in so many 3-way chats, which we're going to give you the secret sauce for that too tonight. But, you know, it's just celebrating people, because you want to celebrate everyone. You want everyone to feel included. And then the vault or whatever group you have is specifically for training, and that's it. Like, it's only for the tools that you have for your business. So we do a video that welcomes everyone on. So you have a place where people start. You do a video, you explain what they can expect in the business, and just the fast starts really quick if your company has fast starts. And we talk about that and what they're gonna do and when they're gonna connect with their leader. Just super short, because people don't have a lot of time to spend watching videos. So everything has to be super concise and short. And then you tag them in that. And then from there, you're gonna tell them what to do next. So for us, it is watching the onboarding video, setting up their launch event, okay? So with the launch event, that is like, that's everything for our team. So if you don't have a launch event and you're not doing it within 2 to 3 days, and that's my personal preference of people signing up, then, you know, they're gonna lose interest. Act on excitement, get them started right away. And you're gonna set them up for success, right? So the launch event is simply a couple of posts before the party. And so we have, for us, you're gonna have to make up whatever you want. So for health and wellness, we have, you know, vote on what your health goal is, and you have a poll. Okay, so one option for your post can be a poll. If your product is hair care, what is the one complaint you have about your hair? You know, and you can be like, oh, my hair's too tangly, my hair's too oily, I have psoriasis. You know, they pick their pain points. So you have their pain points. Mm-hmm. Okay, then the next post, because you're not bogging this down either, because people are gonna, like, you know, their eyes are gonna glaze over if you put too many posts up. Then the next post is like fun. Drop a GIF. I love GIFs. Drop a GIF of your, you know, how you feel about your health goal now. Okay, so if you're, you know, hair care or your beauty, drop a GIF about how you're feeling about how your skin looks, or how your hair looks, or, you know, whatever. You can make whatever you want. Super simple.
Yeah.
And then
make it interactive. You know, you want to pull people into it. You don't want a bunch of people don't like info. Like, I'll let you go with the rest of it, but I mean, it's just really want to pull people into it and get a lot of engagement. The more engagement there is and more fun it is, the more people are going to tune into it.
100%. The more they feel like they're not being sold and it's for fun, the more they're going to want to be in there.
Yeah.
So it's not like, hey, come in here and check out this party to buy my stuff.
And let's go over every single detail of every single product and every single post. Like no one has time to read all those.
No, I would leave that party. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. So if you're doing that, please stop. I want to have fun in your party. Make me have fun. And then when I'm having fun, I'm like, yeah, I want to buy some of that and give me some of that too.
Well, no one wants to join a team where you're like, oh my gosh, I have to put these parties together. It seems exhausting.
Exactly. No, that's like so much work, you guys. Like super, super simple, like 3 posts. Like I'm not lazy, but I'm efficient, right? And so the other thing, so I'm going to get into how to be efficient in a second. So the other post that we do is we do a couple testimonials and we make it a collage. 1 post, again, 1 post of like maybe your flagship product, focus on one thing. Don't give them like all your products. And I know that you love them all and I'm sure they're all amazing, but just give them one thing to pick. This is the one thing you're focusing on. So they have 1 testimonial that can be a collage of a couple different ones and they check it out. For us, the whole premise of this is to get people to order, obviously, but we don't make people order in the party. So when we do the launch event, which is the actual video that we stream into the group that's 12 minutes long, it talks about the products, but we say, stay till the end if you want to win, right? Make it fun, make it a giveaway. Lots of people want to hear that they can get something, and we're not saying give everything away for free, you guys. Just a little sample or something to get people in. What we found is that when we're like, hey, we're doing a giveaway, and then we give them at the end a choice of either getting a little something for free or getting a discount on their products to try it for the first time. Everyone picks the discount for the most part. Like 90% of the people are like, I want the discount. Oh, I'm getting such a good deal. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to get that. I just won. I never win anything, you guys. If I won something, I'd be like, I'm going to spend some money. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, they're giving me like $50, $25 off. Like, dang.
And also,
I just
you
won.
purposely do 2 winners because you need 2 new customers for our fast start bonuses. So whatever it is to get your person, like that's the first thing you focus on, stepstones, really use your company's comp plan and everything they have to offer.
Exactly. So this whole party is going to be your 1 flagship product, and then what you want to give or advertise that you can leverage to get people in for fun. It's a giveaway. Everyone wants to win something. And then what you can offer them and give them a choice. Let them order. We always start with you can order and get this discount, or if they're like, oh, I'm not really sure, or you can get a happy pack. So we give them a choice so that they don't have to spend any money for winning, because I don't really like that people would have to buy something for winning, but they have a choice, and it's geared towards helping the promoter get their fast starts. So it's brilliant, you guys, and people love it. And we've had so many successful launch events. I highly, highly recommend launching your person. That launches everything.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else you want to add?
I just wanted to make sure, so the automation piece of this whole thing is that live video that we do is we have, somewhat of an expert in the field, do the fit, and it's keep it less than 15 minutes long. And we publicize, we're like, this is only 15 minutes you have to tune into. So we have a lot of people tune in.
Proven too. We tested and proven that that's the maximum amount of time.
Yes, exactly. So it doesn't make sense to go over. We have it pre-recorded so that all you have to do is schedule a time on a calendar and we stream it live in every single person's launch event. So I literally can have I think the most I've had in a day is probably 7 launch events. And I just had a little reminder on my phone. I had an alarm clock go off. I'm like, oh, got to tune in to my 50, and I interact, blah, blah, but it all automatically runs and we schedule all the posts. It takes me 5 minutes to set up my new person with a launch event. 5 minutes. Because once you get going, if you're building a big business, you are welcoming so many people onto your team. You don't have time to launch them, but they each get their own. Each one is going to be amazing, and each one is going to have an amazing live video on it. And the streaming service we use is called OneStream Live. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's worth the monthly fee for it. You can use it for your whole team. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's like $10. we have an affiliate link. I think you can get like $10 off, or there's a discount code right now. You can get it for $8. And because I just set this all up too, and you can use OneStream for so many things. So I'm going to talk about another way you can use OneStream also. And then Calendly is free if you just attach one account to it. So you could attach one account just for your team's parties, and Calendly is free as long as you only need it for one account. And so people go to the Calendly link, they schedule it on their team, and it streams into the, and then you have it scheduled through OneStream to stream into the group live, and then you utilize the tools that Facebook gives you, like scheduling your posts for when you want them to publish. So super simple.
Yes, and we did have one question. So when it's an automated stream, so literally the guests of the event have no idea. It looks like a live event to them. So it looks exactly like a Facebook Live. You interact with it exactly like a Facebook Live. Comment. You can say hi, hi to whoever is in the video. She goes in later. Oftentimes will like reply back to people, and it's really, it's been a total game changer. It's like an amazing event. Takes 5 minutes to set up.
Yes. And so right now with the algorithm for Facebook, it doesn't hurt the algorithm if it's inside a group and you automate it into the group. It doesn't hurt the algorithm. People still see it. It looks live. People can comment on it, interact on it. It's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was automated three-way chats. So the automated three-way chats, really, we have a whole outline. And I'm going to try my very best to generalize it for y'all and give it to you when we publish the replay. I'm going to try really hard because we have an outline that we follow for three-way chats. And so the automation piece is, well, one, it's just kind of like a checklist of like what you need to do to utilize a three-way chat. And I'm going to go over that here in a second. But the automated piece is that I noticed again that we were telling our stories over and over again. So stories are very impactful for your business. And so when you have an automated, three-way chat, what you're doing is you set up your team so that they are sharing they have a lead. I'm just going to go over hold on one second. Caleb, honey, turn that off. My son has his thing on. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
No, it's good.
Okay. So I'll go over it and then I'll show you where the automation piece comes in. So you start with either a curiosity post, or you're in a group doing commenting or trying to attract leads from a group. All pretty much funnels into the same chat outline. So of course, they might comment or like. So when people comment or like on your post, they're already engaging with you. It's not considered a cold lead. Or they ask about your products because you've done a curiosity post, or you've engaged with them in a group and they've asked more questions. And so this is the general format that we use. Of course, you want to be excited because you love your products. You want to then, they're like, okay, so Susie, I want more info. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to send you a friend request to make sure my message gets into the right box. I'm going to message you and I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, yes, I know you asked about more info. I'm so excited to share with you. I love this product. This is my story. Here's a little bit of info about the product line. Make sure you ask them a question so that they're still engaging with you. You don't want to vomit all the information all over them. So you share your story about what the products have done for you. That's usually what I do before even sharing the product name. I'm so excited to share this with you. Oh my gosh, this is what I noticed. I lost 40 pounds in 5 months. It's amazing. Oh, I feel so much energy, because you've already alluded to that in your curiosity post anyways. If you're with health and wellness, maybe you're with skincare and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, before my hair was falling out and now like, look at it. It's like shiny and like all the things, and they want that info, and it's like life-changing because I have so much more confidence now. Like, you can do this for anything. And then you kind of ask what their goals are. Like, what's your goal for your hair? What's your goal for health and wellness? Then they get it. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to send you some information. It's totally going to help with inflammation in your body. It's totally going to help with, losing weight. I've lost 40 pounds, like I said. Send them the information. Our process is we share a short 2-minute video. This is, again, tested. No one's going to watch 10 minutes. No one's going to watch 5 minutes. 2 minutes to 3 minutes, that's the sweet spot. So if you don't have a video, make one. And you share a video about what the products do, your flagship product, right? Then we have a little graphic that we share also. And then they're like, give me a thumbs up when you finish, watching the video. They give you a thumbs up. Oh my gosh, awesome. What did you like best? They tell you. Conversation's still going. That's good. Then you're like, okay, awesome. I'm going to connect you with my friend Sarah. She's amazing. She's like, I've learned so much from her. I'd love for you to have, you know, her story. She lost, you know, 5 pounds or whatever in a week. I think that you would really like hearing from her. I'm going to connect you with her. And then Sarah knows, I'm like, okay, I just set up some chats with you. She knows the process. She knows I've already done all the things. All she has to do is send her voice memo. She says, hey, Susie, so nice to meet you. I'm going to share with you my experience. Goes to voice memo, sends it to Messenger.
And we pre-record these voice memos. We have an app. So any sort of story I share that I say a lot, I have it all pre-recorded on my phone for multiple different scenarios, and I have them all labeled. So I literally, any sort of thing, I'm like, oh, great, she's a nurse too. She's a busy mom, fantastic. I'm doing my nurse busy mom one that I'm like highlighting and sharing and I keep it at 2-3 minutes. And Facebook Messenger doesn't let it. So that's the other cool thing is Facebook Messenger allows you to do a longer voice memo when it's from this app. And I'll put the name of the app here in the chat box too.
Yeah, perfect. Because then when you're sharing your story, and again, 2 minutes to 3 minutes is a sweet spot. They listen to that. Then you have third-party validation, and they're like, oh my gosh. So all of this is like on your own time, you guys. Messenger is awesome, and having that pre-recorded message, especially when you have momentum and you have like 30 three-way chats, you're just like boom, 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 boom. Send all the chat. Send my pre-recorded voice memo. Done. It takes like 3 minutes, depending on how many chats you have. So it's super simple, and the voice memo app is free. And the other thing that I like that I noticed, and this is also something that we tested out, you could send your 3-minute story, and some people get a little carried away and they talk and talk and talk forever. And then someone opens their message and they have 5 voice clips. How many of you have done that? You've opened your messenger. I've actually sent that too. I've been guilty of sending like so many voice clips, but I've also received them. And you know what I do when I receive like a bunch of voice clips and I open my messenger, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to listen to them. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like 5 or 6. Oh my gosh. And it's overwhelming because it looks overwhelming. When you open it and you have like 6 messages and they're all voice memos, you're like, ugh, what is this person talking about? You know? But when you record it in a 1 clip, it's like, oh, okay, it's just 1 message, and they listen to it, and it doesn't faze them. And most people don't even notice that it's longer than a minute because in their mind, you can only send 1-minute voice clips. And if they ask, you're just like, oh, I like to share my story. I recorded this for you on my app because Facebook Messenger kept, glitching, which it has sometimes, and that was a killer, right? So you have it already set up for you, and it's not overwhelming.
Yeah. And I think the other great thing too about it is, I'm all about freeing up time. And, when I built my first business is all about doing conference calls. And that's how you learn. And you earn as you learn. You jump right in and start doing the activity and you start building right away and you learn as you go. And that was the best way to do it. However, in this day and age, it is near impossible to coordinate, especially as a busy mom who's full-time, working and everything, 3 people to all get on the phone at once. It's just not doable. So what's been really amazing as I've been building my new team and helping everybody is I will have dozens of these 3-way chats going. So they get that third-party validation. They're learning from me. Everyone gets to hear my story. I get to connect with them. They can click my Facebook profile, see who I am. I'm a normal person. I post too much about my son and I got a dog, you know what I'm saying? And it just really simplifies it so that I can work on it on my time and I don't feel this pressure to be like, I have to schedule all these phone calls and make myself so available. I'm like, no, I'm going to check my messages at 10 o'clock. I'm going to check it again at 3 o'clock after work or whatever. And you can take back control again.
Yes.
And you can make them super fast because if say they're like, okay, wait, how does your business work? No problem. I pre-recorded a message and I send it to them and I make sure you keep it short and sweet. People are busy and people are already have a level of skepticism of what we do. You need to really show them that busy people can do this. This is an incredible way to make an income, but we really need to hold up our end of the deal and make it efficient for them so they truly can build a full-time income. And if they're a 6-figure income earner, with their normal 9-to-5 job, that's the kind of income they're going to want. you know, but with less hours. Because I mean, let's be real, I could pick up extra hours in the operating room and I could make a lot of money. I needed something that was paying me more than the operating room. And with these kind of tools and automation that we've been doing, we didn't even talk about our onboarding bot either.
Oh, we will. We will.
Okay. So I'm going to let you get to that.
Okay. So we had a quick question. Someone asked about conference calls. We don't do conference calls. We do rarely do Zoom calls, but very rarely. Most of the time what we do, you guys, because I don't like, first of all, how many people don't like to get on the phone? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't want to talk on the phone. So I used to hate my business before when I had to do three-way chats, and it's so awkward to set up a three-way call. I mean, it's just like, it's like you're totally selling someone. This is so natural. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very postured. I don't have a lot of time. I want to work with the people that want to run this business. And so I have the expectation, and it works, you guys, because I have the expectation. I'm like, okay, awesome. You know, you sounds like you're loving it. This is totally going to help you lose 10 pounds. I'm going to connect you with Sarah, or I'm going to connect you with Kristen. She's been doing this a little bit longer. Oh my gosh, you're going to love her. You edify the person. Like you make it so casual. They don't think twice about it. They're not like, oh, weird. But when you go, oh, so can I like maybe like invite you to like a three-way chat? Like, do you mind if I like connect you with my upline? So awkward. You guys, so awkward. Just be super confident. You're awesome. You're crushing it. You're like, I'm going to do this. They're interested. They're engaging with you. You're going to tell them what's next. You are in charge of that conversation. Yes, because the person with the most certainty wins, 110%. So I'm just letting you know. So the one thing I wanted to do, because we don't do conference calls, I get all fired up, you guys. Just love sharing this stuff with you. I'm like, it's only going to be 30 minutes. I'm like, we're going over. We're going to wrap it up soon. But the thing that I want to share with you is we have a Fast Start onboarding bot that you can use with ManyChat. So ManyChat is fairly inexpensive. It goes by subscribers after a certain point, but it's like $10 a month. And if you're not savvy with you have to create the content if your company doesn't have it. So that's going to take time, but it's worth it. So worth it. And you can have a VA. You can hire someone from Fiverr. I mean, we have tons of recommendations for VAs here if you wanted us to give you a recommendation to create a ManyChat bot. But it basically gives your team one actionable step to implement in their business. So when they join and they finish their launch party and they're like, okay, what do I do next? You're like, okay, here's our bot. You just click it, you opt in, and then the bot's like, oh, hey, welcome. Today is day one. We're going to show you how to create a curiosity post. And they click it, and then it's like, here's 3 examples of curiosity posts. And then like, okay, I can do this. So then they're like, some people go with it on their own. Some people are like, okay, this is my curiosity post. How does that look? And so you're like, okay, you can help them. You know, if they've never done it before, because you're a human, you're going to support your people. And then they throw it up and they're like, okay, what do I do next? Oh, click the next button. It's like, oh, here's a little script of how you can follow up with those people that commented on your curiosity post. I mean, stupid simple, you guys, but it gives people the confidence to know what to do next. And ours takes us through the first 14 days of our business. I'm not going to tell you every day because that would be so boring, but it's amazing for us. And I get super excited about it. But you want to make that look like whatever it looks like for your business, whatever your fast start is. Match it and think about, what did I do, or what would I wanted to do to launch on the right foot, so that you can, have a fast start to your business. And just think of the steps that you would take, and you can edit that, you guys. And don't worry about making it perfect. That's the other thing I want to say, is because done is better than perfect, and at least you'll have something for them to go by. Something is better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is our onboarding bot. I don't know if you want to add anything else, but we have one awesome other tip we're going to share with you.
No, I think that, I love the bot, because really the main thing is you plug them in, they know exactly what to do. They get a new message every single day, and you can move on and keep building. Like, the worst thing that can happen to a team is everyone gets into management mode and they think they're done moving and building. The best way for you to be a good leader for your team and to grow is to constantly recruit. And if you slow down yourself, you need to figure out ways that you can, so you can always mentor and help your team to keep growing, because otherwise it's going to crumble beneath you.
Yes, exactly. I was just answering that question. So we use OneStream Live. We have a discount code and an affiliate link somewhere. I can find it for you guys if you want to find me somewhere on social media. For $8 a month, it's like super affordable. So worth it. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you, just a little extra tip. I wasn't planning on sharing this, but since we're on the topic of OneStream Live, you can use that to be present on social media. So I'm really big, and so is Sarah, on attraction marketing. And you have to look like you're everywhere without being everywhere. So sometimes people get a little, it's a little daunting having to post on social media, and some people run a community, which is another great way eventually to build your influence and build your community. And that's for another training. But OneStream Live you can use to have your lives, schedule your lives to go live in your groups if you have Facebook groups or a Facebook business page. I wouldn't recommend it on your personal page because it would lower the algorithm and you wouldn't get as much engagement. But in your groups or on your business page, I think it's worth it. So you can be present and you can recycle your content. So you're not always recreating the wheel either. And then you recycle your posts. So that's just a tip. So the last thing we wanted to talk about, and this is so important, this is why we're ending with this, is to automate your time. You also have to be efficient with your time, and you have to know how to delete, delegate, and delay. Okay. So in our team, we have a 90-day run that we do. So we go live on Zoom or we go live in a Facebook group, and we give our team one training a week, one tip that they can do for that week until the following Wednesday that they can implement in their business. And they get one-on-one time with Sarah and I. They can ask us questions. So that's the 90-day run. And we're super, super busy moms. I mean, I have 3 children. My husband works a ton and is never home, especially on the weekends. It's just me and the three crazy kiddos. So I need to be efficient with my time. And so when I was thinking about what I wanted to create in my business, because now I'm like pushing for the top of the company, top of the comp plan, and I had my best month last month, we all sat down and we were like, as a team, that anyone that wanted to participate in this 90-day run, we were like, okay, what is your one, and you can totally use this idea with your personal team, I think, with your own team. I think it's such a great idea to do things in 90-day runs for your team. But the one thing that, hold on one second. I'm shushing people, sorry, I'm so bossy. Okay, so for the 90-day run, you want to do one personal goal and one professional goal. So what does that mean? What is one thing in this 90 days that you want to accomplish for yourself that's not business related? Because I don't know about you guys, but on our team, we really want people to run their business the way they want to run it as an entrepreneur. And we also want them to, they're building this business for a reason, and we want to support that reason. And a lot of times it's for time freedom or more time with their family. So what is one personal goal that you want to do? We don't want you sacrificing your health or your family or your marriage for business in that 90 days. And then what is one professional goal for your team, for your business that you want to achieve? And then based on those 2 goals, you delete, delegate, or delay. So you delete anything that's not serving those 2 goals. That gets deleted if it's not important. Maybe it's important, but you just don't have enough time to do it right now, but it can wait. You delay those tasks. And then delegate. I delegate certain tasks, and I have an assistant now. I know some people might not be there yet. You can delegate certain smaller tasks for really cheap through Fiverr, getting a VA if you are like, oh, just dreading doing this, but you need it done for super cheap. But I delegate some tasks to my assistant because I don't want to do it, and it takes away from my very minimal time of income producing activity, because I still work a full-time job. Yes, I could probably leave my job, but I love my job, and I'm paying off debts, right? Like, we're building this business to be debt free. And so I'm kind of maximizing my income right now. And that's one thing I learned from Rob Sperry, because I love him. He's amazing. So if you don't know who he is, you definitely need to follow him on social media. Give him a little shout out. See if he's going to hook us up with any trainings for that, Rob. So, I'm maximizing my income, but that means I have very little time, and I need to be very intentional with my time. So I need to focus on income producing activity as much as I can with that time, because I'm going to delegate certain tasks. So those are just some of the things that have helped me grow my business to 6 figures, obviously, and I'm not making any income claims, but I'm just saying these are some tips that can help you, build your business faster, get that momentum going. When you have duplication, rinse and repeat, like for your team, I mean, that's where the real they're going to be happier. They're going to want to run with this. And that's where the real growth comes in for your team. So do you have anything you want to add for delete, delegate, delay? It's so fun to say.
No, I just love it because I think really focusing on really knowing your team. Like, this is not just about money. And I just think really finding a purpose behind your business and really wanting to connect with people, when you really get lit up about that, like that's what lights me up. Like, I'm just so amazed that people have joined me in business and they're making such huge incomes that are changing their life so they can be home with their babies, or they have something else going on and it's, you know, they're paying off medical bills, and there's just so much that goes on behind the scenes, behind the highlight reel on social media. And it's so awesome to just really talk about those goals with your team too, so you really understand it, so that you have that fire to create this kind of automation for them so that they truly can work it, like I said, in part-time hours, and support them too. And also to build it in any way, like Kristen was saying, in any way they want, whether they want to build a multiple six-figure, become $1 million earner, or if it's going to be amazing for them to cover their mortgage every month, or amazing just to cover that, like, you know, their
car payment,
you know, anything.
Or grocery money. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the same exact systems everyone follows. Doesn't matter how big you build it. It's just you talk to a whole lot more people and put way more people through the funnel to build it big, or you can go at your own pace. And we love everyone all the same, you know, whatever they want to do.
Right. Oh, and the delay part. So the delay part is, so delete is you delete tasks like that are unnecessary. For me, I like don't watch TV. Like I don't do certain things. I delete those tasks. But for delay, it's, they still might need to get done. Like, so I'll just use myself as an example. So I really wanted to build a course and launch a course for y'all. Super exciting, and it's happening. But I had to delay that because my main goal that I wrote down on my 90-day run was to get to the top of the compensation plan. And so that's what I'm running for. So I don't have time to sit down and like create a course or write a book or any of those things that I want to do. Or maybe it's something with your, I don't know, what was I going to do for, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example, but my brain is fried, y'all. Like, it's been a long day and I have this cold that's driving me nuts. But so delay is just like anything that's you still need to get done, but that can wait, that doesn't serve your goal right now, but you can delay it. So you want to put those things off and just, you know, you have to be super focused, right? You have to be focused and intentional with your time. And so you ask yourself this question: does this serve my goal personally and professionally? Does it have to be done right now? No? Okay, so I'm going to delay it. Do I have to do it at all? No, not really. So I'll delete it. So good question. Yes, I love it. Just a couple things I wanted to toss out there that we wanted to give you for tips of systems that you can use. So Meet Edgar is a system that you can use for posting, but you can also schedule your own posts in groups, and that's free. But Meet Edgar costs money, but that is an option, and you can connect multiple platforms to Meet Edgar. Although I'm going to be honest, social media doesn't like that kind of thing, anything automated. They're still cool with OneStream Live, but mainly for groups and stuff. The other thing is OneStream Live, and I will find anyone that wants a discount code. I'll share that with you because I have a discount. I think I paid $8 instead of the 10. I know it's only $2, but $2 is $2. You can get whatever you want, you know, like a latte or something if you wanted. You want to schedule, okay, I already did that, that's free. We'll give you the app for the voice memo thing. I will definitely find that. I can actually show it to y'all too. It's like, oh, it's called Voice Recorder. Okay, so this is what it looks like. If you just type Voice Recorder in the App Store, I have Apple though, I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, it looks like a little gray tape.
Yes.
You know, old school tapes.
So this is nice. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Like a little tape right there, is that it?
Oh yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, I can kind of see it.
Kind of see it. Well, it looks like a little old school cassette tape, like take you back to the 80s, right? Okay, that's what it looks like. And then the other thing you can use if you don't want to use Facebook groups for putting all of your content in, and I would highly recommend backing up your content if Facebook ever does have a glitch or shuts down, you want your team to be able to access that. So we use a landing page for access to information too, just in case you can't access your Facebook group or something happens, because that's borrowed land, borrowed, you know, resources essentially. So you want to make sure you have backup, and you can also use Kartra or Teachable. So those are just two other websites that you could use. So I think that is everything. If y'all have any questions, you can reach out to us and ask. We're here to serve you guys. We hope that this was helpful and impactful, and you can go out and crush your biz and live the life of your dreams now with all the free time you're going to have. So we hope you guys have an amazing night.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.